personal story, I feel a little bad at thinking how disgusted I was at the so-called anime group back in middle school. A typical didn't have many friends in 6th and 7th grade, but in all honesty, I didn't have many girlfriends who were into the same thing I was. By the time I got into 7th grade, I noticed this anime group of girls and I was a little appalled, really. But that was just because I didn't have any girls to swoon over anime and games with, and the fact that they were way too into it. And then 8th grade happened. And guess whose group I was integrated in? Yep, that group of anime girls I didn't like. I was best friends with the girl that was in it, but not all into it, which was fine, and later on I realized that some of the other girls weren't all into anime and games either, and we got along great. Now I barely even talked to the other girls that were in the group before, but it turned out that the school had rezoned some neighborhoods, and those particular set of girls were no longer going to the school there. We were teased about liking what we liked, so we stuck together. So, by the time in high school, we became known as the anime girl group. We were the go-to girl group that liked anime, which was good since our group was very diverse. By that time, Hot Topic was getting in their anime shit together, but we never really went there. Or at least I never did. The first time I went was during my friend's birthday get-together. So yeah, we stuck together. We grew into a cluster of anime gaming fans and were pretty diverse, very fun, and very sociable. And that's why, come years later, we find out that we were known as the mild weeaboo group. Yeah, back then we didn't even know what a weeaboo was, that's just how mild we were. By the time we got into the college, that was when we believed we were just not so bad in high school. Occasionally we had superfans and a certain stalk of a friend, and unfortunately that was related back to the group. From my brother's point of view, we were awful. But then he went to a convention and was like, nah, you guys are nothing like them. They get into a group and shit breaks loose. I laughed so hard because he wasn't even close to mild weeaboo, so him standing there against hostile weeaboos was hilarious. My friend Stalker was this very tall, fat white guy, younger than us, and he used to follow a few girls around in the group. I didn't even know about it. He left me alone for the most part. I feel like he wasn't attracted to us black girls, which is fine. I never knew how creepy and stalkerish he was because he would talk to black girls in the group normally. And if we chastised him, he'd mildly back off and listen to what we had to say. Turns out the other girls, not so much. Honestly, I wish I knew about this more, so I could have done something. I think the time he was around, my group was split up into two separate lunch times, and we were pretty much stuck with him. And just so happened that most of the black girls were in my lunchtime, so he got mad lucky. I don't know. If he felt like he was some anime group to go to because he was just met any guy friends or truly following them around. I have no idea what happened. But I do hear that he sends Facebook messages to other girls and likes their posts and junk. Remember, you can submit your own story through my Tumblr and who knows, it might end up being the next video. Until next time, thanks for watching.